Hello, our next section for ESS is on polynomial functions. So polynomial comes from the word poly, which means many, and nomial in this case meaning term or number. So it's saying many terms. So parts of a polynomial. And there's three main parts that you need to know what they're called and how to identify. First one is the highest exponent right here, that little 4. We call this the degree. It may not always be in the correct order, so you just want to look for the highest exponent. The next thing you look at is the number that comes before the variable. So the 3 here, this is called the leading coefficient. So that could be a 1, it could be any number there, but you're looking for the number before the variable that has the highest exponent. And the last piece you need to know is each one of these things are called terms. So there are 4 terms here, 4 different pieces. They're split up with plus and minuses. And there could be as few as 1 or as many as you want. So polynomials are named based on the number of terms and the degree. So for example, a quadratic, which we've just been discussing, has a degree of 2. A cubic has a degree of 3. A binomial is where we are talking about how many terms. So bicycle has 2 wheels, so a binomial has 2 terms. So a trinomial has 3 terms. So let's look at some graphs of our polynomials. So here's an example. Here's our function f of x, and this is what the graph will look like. So last week we did a little assignment on end behavior, and there was a lot of confusion on it. So end behavior is asking, okay, what is the ends of the graph doing? So what is the left side of the graph doing? Well, it is going up or increasing. Now the real way to write it is saying as x goes to negative infinity. So if we move along the x-axis towards negative infinity, then what's the y side doing? Well, it's going up towards positive infinity. We can do the same thing for the right side. The right side for this one is also going up or increasing. So x, as we move this way, as we go towards positive numbers, so as x goes to positive infinity, y values are going up. But as long as you can identify going up or going down, that's good for now. The second thing I want you to be able to identify is how many turns. Okay, so we're actually going to look at the graph starting from the left side, and we're going to follow it until it changes direction. So it's going down, it's decreasing, and then it gets to here and it changes, and now it's going up. So that's a turn. And then it gets to here and makes another turn. And then a third turn, and it finishes going up. So 3 turns. And the last part, solutions, we've talked about a couple times. Remember, solutions also called roots, zeros, or x-intercepts. So we're going to look at how many x-intercepts there are. So how many times does it cross the x-axis? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if we're looking at a better graph, we can actually point out exactly where those solutions are. So negative 1.2, negative 0.3, 0, and 0.89. Those are the 4 solutions. So there are other ways to find solutions for polynomials, but the more solutions there are, the harder they are to find. So we're just going to stick with a graph right now. So let's try this one. So in behavior, what's the left side doing? What's the right side doing? How many turns? And how many solutions?